All right, so a lot of people have been asking me what kind of instruments and different things am I using when I even make watercolor. So I decided I'd just go to the art store and tell you all the horrible things that I use. Horrible because they cost a lot of money. Horrible because you get into this lifestyle, it's going to take your soul. Horrible because once you age out of this, man, it ain't going to be cute being an artist no more. Horrible because you're going to clown around, look like me one day, spending your whole check on this here art store shit, man. Alright, so if you're doing the watercolor that I do, you're just going to want to keep it real simple, real dirty. These brushes right behind me, real simple watercolor brushes that you can be using, that I use, and I stay on the cheap side because guess what? I make art, so I don't get to do things like go to the movies. When I tender women, I usually have to tender them and ask them where they taking me that date because I ain't got it, because I got brush money. You can have brush money, you can have money for dates, all right? It's a lifestyle decision. So when it comes to just getting brushes, keep it simple, keep it cheap. I'm gonna show you some of these cheap brushes I use. Size 2 of this brand right here, Fox Klinsky. This is a good brush. You need to have this small one because this small one, that's what you're gonna be applying the paint with. So this small one right here, you apply paint. You apply paint with this little brush in small circular motions. So these little tight motions you dip into your brush or into your paint, and then you just apply real small circular motions. So that's why you only want one of these small ones for this reason. Then when you've got your the one that's going to wet the brushes, you'd want something more like this. So this brush is a little bit broader. So this is a number 5 for the size. But this is the one that you apply wet coats of water and it just goes around, makes small little circles. It's really all you're going to be doing. So this is the one you keep water, and these brushes are good because you also can clean your work up. So when you make a mistake, you can end up just fading it away. If you keep dapping it in water and then drying out your ink and pulling it up, that's like a really quick way. So from these Fox Klinsky, you just want to go with the number 2, which is $5.94, and then the 5, so that's $7.29. So these ones I definitely grab. This one you don't need. This one you definitely don't need, but it looks cool and it's $6. So I take it back. You probably need this one exclusively just because it looks cool. And most of the time, you're not even painting. Most of the time, you just looking like you gonna paint, but the secret is you actually don't paint. You just buy things at the art store because you got a problem. Then one of these is like 79 cents. These things you can use for changing water, all sorts of elements like that. You can get 2 of those, or you can just hollow out a Mountain Dew can halfway, right? Real jagged. You want to cut yourself, you can get one of those, pour some water with the little salty little sugary bits of Mountain Dew still in it. You can use that as a water cup too. Oh, then looks like this one is like if you got a sugar mama or sugar baby, you could use this as a water cup too, and it's $30. So you probably gotta have like 2 sugar mamas, you know what I mean, or like 2 sugar daddies to afford that. So now we're in the watercolor section. So here's what you gotta know about these watercolors. My rule of thumb, Van Gogh, he was a struggling artist, so how could he afford a brand of his own paint? Come on now. So if you gonna just buy your first sale, man, don't be. See this Van Gogh all off. See how he got an ear right there? That ear probably would have been cold, knocked off, man. Anyway, these ones, they might not even be bad, right? But rule of thumb, if it's like if you buy a piano brand that says Stevie Wonder, man, that's probably fraud. Don't get it. Stevie don't use that. All right. Anyway, but this type, if we were going to use these, we just want the basic colors. So let's see, primary colors, little browns, because you can actually use these in Tattoo Flash, but you're going to want to use these for like your softest tones. Okay, so see these behind the glass? Now they're behind the glass because people trying to steal them. I'm a fan. Yo, if your art budget right now is stealing, see, they know you, so they're not letting you do that, because these are behind the glass, because y'all would steal these. Y'all want to steal these, y'all would steal these. All right, just try to save up, then you get to buy these. So let's look at this set. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you if I think this set is up to par. All right, that color right there, this alizarin crimson, killer. This green, matter of fact, all these good to go. I'd cop this. If you on the broke stuff, man, I'd use this one, because this looks like the watercolor set you had in high school to use, that there was always that kid who'd always hoard all the red, you know, or the blues or the yellow, you know, and they just keep stirring it up until it was like the consistency of acrylic. Yo, these I'd get just because I have fond memories of being that kid who would just take all the good watercolor for themselves. All right, this is my go-to brand right here. I bought these first. Most of my best paintings have been done with this. FW, whatever. It's got a big F. It's got a big W. It's like, this is like the NASCAR paints, man. When it comes to acrylic ink, these are so NASCAR, man. They got that big old decal right on it, man. And being in Indiana, yeah, we know all about NASCAR. Now, here's the reality. These are not the best, okay? I thought for a while these ones were the best. They're really not, but they're so good. So these are better than your regular watercolor for your really bright colors. Like, I was talking about that kid who would take the high school art paints and just mix that watercolor till you got it like acrylic. This is the liquid version of those. So you don't even have to be that kid. They just come out liquid, and they got eye drops. And eye drops mean you're official. White ones. This is a topic that I adjust on. I think these ones are the glittery white ones. Nonetheless, white ones, they cake up so much, and they're really hard to tackle. But you're going to need one. Otherwise, you're going to have to just like use, if you're smart, you just use water. But I don't like using water because I'm lazy. So get white, but struggle fighting that white. So dollar roundy, who knows, FW, I'd get these ones, bueno. This is the Taco Bell of acrylic inks. If you don't even make art, you should just buy these just because they look good. These are the types you buy when you know you so serious about a painting that like you're not only going to cherish it and put love into it, but you just might take it out to dinner the next day. You might wake up in bed with these one day and be like, oh, what's that? My favorite color? And then just gently be reminded, your cat won't step on your painting if you use these, because your cat is just going to be so impressed that you have such fantastic taste, and cats are hard to please. These ones don't have the eye drop, but they got the nozzle. But don't be fooled. Any other situation, I'd be like, I want that eye drop. Give me the eye drop. When it comes to Goldens, first off, the name Golden, all right? They didn't cheap out. They didn't call these silvers, all right? They didn't call these bronzes, all right? They called it a golden. This chiseled tip, all you need, this one right here. In fashion, there's the black dress. In Tattoo Flash, all you need is the simple, the stylish cap, always ready to go, Sharpie. You can get them in other colors too, but you don't need to. Black, every day. The brand I'm going to suggest is going to be cheaper than anything. Strathmore, baby. This right here, this is all you need. Strathmore Pros. It's the easiest to use Sharpie on. Easiest. Glides over it. Cheap. $3.15 for 22 by 30. It's a lot of paper, man. If you wanted to get into forgery as a side hustle, this would be the one I'd suggest, because it's cheap and you gotta print them 20s, baby. You gotta make that cash back, so then you can afford this watercolor arches just to say you did it once. Strathmore. Rough on the edges. It's good. You can save some of this, tear it, and you're gonna be looking fly, man. Fly for days. Yo, this paper's so good. This paper's so good, it will boost your credit by 2 points. That's a fact. All right. This is not a part of a watercolor set, but you got your art store cat. Art store cats, what are they good for? Not much. You pet them, you forget you spending money. If your art store got an art store cat, just pet that and forget you even spending that money. Art store cats are great for giving attention, because you ain't even gonna give your own art attention. And if you got a cat, it's probably gonna step on your paintings. But art store cats, although not necessary for the supplies, highly underrated. Buy art. Broke people, we go straight to this discount section. $22. 22. That is 22 very low grade robberies, all right? One hustle at a time. You can finally afford this here watercolor paper, all right? You got Strathmore watercolor paper, 15 sheets, $22. Most of y'all, that's gonna last a very long time, all right? That could last me a year. 11 by 15. All you gotta do is chop an inch off here, okay? Do not ever get this brand, Fluid. Never get it. It is horrible. It doesn't retain the water. This is if you want to be broke and sad, okay? This is if you just want to be broke but happy with your life, all right? Never, ever, ever buy this, ever. Unless, I don't know, unless you just want to be upset with yourself. This Strathmore, perfect. I've bought this multiple times.